Ooh, what's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMG, WTF, LOL, FTW, BRB. Welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling 2016. We are playing as the WWF in the year 2001, but more importantly, we are booking the invasion angle. We are going to be running Friday Night Smackdown, but before we go ahead and run it, I did take someone's advice and I did a locker room control. I did the clear the air option, just pretty much said, hey, you know what, if you got a problem, let's just talk about it now. Let's clear the air of all problems. And we had some people, it got a little bit of positives. I'm trying to see if I can find some. I know, like, okay, see right there, you can say you're cleared the air meeting before SmackDown. I guess it doesn't really say it on here, but if we were to go to, like, the roster, we can see that The Rock, who is still irritated, but he's pleased at getting to clear the air, Triple H, even China. Where the hell is she? China. I know Shane McMahon was. There was a couple of people that cleared the air, so I think Paul Heyman was one of them. But I was like, just thought that would be interesting to talk to you guys about real quick, that I did indeed clear the air. I think it did increase the backstage rating a little bit, because I don't think we were at a 46 before, but I don't really remember either. I mean, I guess we can go back to Sunday Night Heat and check, but I don't really care that much. It should clear up once we get rid of China. Either way, though, let us run the show, shall we? I'm pretty excited about this SmackDown. It was pretty fun to book. So we have a total of 2 pre-show matches, and I figured I'd get the most I can out of the 2 people I hired. We have the opening pre-show match, which is the Natural Born Thrillers, the WCW Tag Team Champions, defeating C.W. Anderson and Justin Sane. It was terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, with Natural Born Thrillers winning, of course, and Chuck Palumbo defeating Justin Sane with the torture rack. Of course, Justin Sane was the weak link again, and the fans still not happy with him, saying, get the hell out of here, we don't care about you at all, no one likes you. And that's really just about it. Just a way to get the Thrillers another match, and like I said, use them as much as I can. We then go to a C+ of a pre-show, and a bout that had decent wrestling, but not much Wayne heat. Dean Malenko defeating Perry Saturn with the Texas Cloverleaf. Saturn's improving in performance as well. So let's go ahead and start off the show. We start off with a B+. SmackDown starts off with Booker T and Shane O'Mac in the middle of the... Why did I type in Shane O'Mac? Maybe that's his nickname, actually. Who knows? Because I did like a team thing, but either way. Shane O'Mac in the middle of the ring with the crowd, of course, showering them with boos, blue, boo, boo. And then Shane just says, hey, sit down and shut up, because I've got something to say. Chris Jericho, and then Booker T puts his hand over the mic, and he signals to Shane, like, give it to me, man. And then Shane responds, Book, nah, man, you don't have to lower yourself to. And then Booker T interrupts him, and he says, give me the damn mic, Shane. Shane then hands over the mic, and he says, Chris Jericho embarrassed me on Monday Night Raw. I'm man enough to admit he caught me off guard. And then the crowd begins to chant, you tapped out, you tapped out. And then Booker responds, there wasn't no damn match, so it doesn't count. But I bet you all think that's funny, huh? You think it's funny Chris Jericho embarrassed me? Well, I'll tell you what, it's not going to be funny. Well, that doesn't make much sense. He should say, I'll tell you what's going to be funny. I don't know why I put not. I'll tell you what's going to be funny is at SummerSlam when I whoop Chris Jericho's ass. But before he can finish what he's saying, he's interrupted by the music of Kurt Angle. Angle comes out, he says, Shane, Book, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but no one cares. I don't think I have to be the one to tell you that this isn't Nitro. This sure as hell isn't Thunder. This is SmackDown. You two are in a WWF ring filled with WWF fans. We don't care about you, but we do care that you tapped out. And then Angle begins to laugh, and Book just goes, you think that's funny, Kurt? What I think is funny is the fact that you tapped out the Chris Benoit. And then Angle says, hey, you shut up. I already established and explained that I'm deathly afraid of spiders, and it just so happened at that very moment, one was crawling by, and I was swatting at it trying to squish it. I did not tap out. And then he pauses for a bit, and he says, are you jealous, Book? And Book says, jealous? Man, what the hell would I be jealous of you for? And then Angle says, you're jealous. You're jealous over the fact that I'm a true American hero. You're jealous that I'm an Olympic gold medalist. Book responds, Man, what the hell are you talking about? I don't give a damn about your gold medal. Besides, you ain't no American hero. I'm the true American hero. Last time I checked, and he holds up the title, I'm the United States champion. You're just one of many of Olympic gold medalists. And then Angle says, is that so? Well, if that's so, then how about you give me a shot at that United States championship tonight? And then Book says, now why the hell would I do that? And then Angle responds, face it, Book. None of these people believe in you. You barely beat The Rock at Judgment Day. And Jericho practically has already beaten you after you tapped out on Raw. And you and I both know that these people know who the real American hero is. So why don't you go ahead and try to prove these people wrong? And then Shane just goes, don't do it, Book. Don't let him get in your head. And then Book says, shut up, Shane. And he thinks for a moment. He goes, you know what, Kurt? You're on. I'll defend this title against you. And then Kurt says, yes! Tonight we find out who the real American hero is. And just like on Raw, Book, except this time, I'm going to be the one making you tap out. And thus, we have a championship match tonight. Kurt Angle kind of coaxing Booker T into getting a title shot here. Everybody was, they were unscripted because Kurt likes to work unscripted. And I'm actually happy I did that because if we look here, Booker T improvised well and Kurt Angle, of course, clearly enjoyed his freedom. Nothing about Shane, so it's not negative, so therefore I don't really care. Unfortunately, it needed better announcing, but it did get us off to a hot start. And by the way, I've put every announcer, minus the Sunday Night Heat announcers. So JR, Paul Heyman, and Michael Cole are in the Invasion storyline, so we'll always see the Invasion storyline moving along now because it's kind of like the overarching storyline that they're always putting over and talking about, I guess. Also, the Jericho Booker T storyline have moved on. No worker improvements, but that's okay. I guess here's a dirt sheet. If we're going to look at this, Booker T got decent improvising. That's awesome. Shane McMahon got a bonus for a good gimmick. Kurt Angle improvising well. Yeah, not too bad. Of course, the locker room morale doesn't help, but we can't fix that for now. So we then go on to our opening match of the night, which starts us off with a B. That's actually really good. And a good match. Chris Benoit defeating William Regal with the Dragon Suplex. Jesus. Following an interference from Lance Storm. So the way I like to imagine this happening is towards the end, Regal, he's reaching to his pants, getting ready to get his tights, getting ready to get the brass knuckles, because that's what he was known for at that time, that whole brass knuckle gimmick, the power of the punch. He's reaching in to get the brass knuckles. When the referee catches him, he goes, hey, what are you doing? And, he then reaches in and grabs the brass knuckles, like that whole gimmick would be in the past. And while the referee is going to toss the brass knuckles out, Lance Storm slides in, plants him with the super kick, and I'd imagine it would just end right there, Benoit covering him for the pin afterwards, but Benoit had to get in a dragon suplex, so maybe we'll say he lands the super kick, and he's kind of staggering a little bit, which allows Benoit to hit the dragon suplex. Who cares? That's how I'd imagine this happening pretty much, and how Lance Storm would interfere. So it did deserve better announcing, unfortunately. Regal, not too far behind Chris Benoit here. He's at a B-, where Regal's at a B+, so not too shabby there. And it does finally start the Regal Lance Storm storyline. I found out, I don't know if I showed this on Raw, but I did find out why it didn't move on in Raw. I never actually started the storyline like an idiot, so that was my bad. Either way, though, William Regal is improving in performance skills. And that's that. That's a really good match. I'm actually pretty surprised by that. We then go to a B, and it's a Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon segment. Shane's walking around. He says, Dad. And he walks in his father's office. He says, Dad, we need to talk. And then Vince says, let me guess, Shane. You've come here to try and get a title match out of me since Booker T will defend his United States Championship against Kurt Angle tonight. And Shane says, well, that'd be. And then Vince interrupts him and he goes, that's not going to happen. You see, Booker accepted this match on his own. So this one is all on you. And before you go ahead and try to argue with me over who will be reffing the match, well, I'll leave that up to you as well, Shane. Pick your ref because I'm done making deals with you. I'm done playing your game. From now on, to make things easier, whenever a WCW title will be on the line, a WCW ref will officiate. And whenever our WWF title is on the line, a WWF ref will officiate. And of course, when there is no title on the line, and it's just a WCW guy versus a WWF guy, then we will trade back and forth on who will officiate. Now get the hell out of my office. And Shane, he goes to speak, he goes to say something, but he just walks out instead. He says, you know what, whatever. No worker improvements. Moving on, though. We go to a C-, as Jonathan Coachman is backstage, and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time, Edge." Edge and the Dudley Boys then walk into the camera shot, and Coach says, "Edge, as we saw on Raw, and what shocked many people, you came to the aid of your longtime rivals, the Dudley Boys. And you've also taken up their side in this war against the right to censor. And now you find yourself in a match tonight against Val Venis. Any final thoughts before you go out there?" Edge responds, "Coach, like I said on Raw, the Dudleys and myself may be rivals, but that doesn't mean we hate each other. In fact, I respect the hell out of these two. And plus, I hate the right to censor, but then again, who doesn't? Tonight, I've got Val Venis, a guy who, let's face it, probably got one too many diseases in his last job. The guy can't get a date anymore, so he's taken up arms with the right to censor to pretty much prevent anyone else from having fun, since he can't have any. And that totally sucks. So tonight, I'm going to show Val Venis that he sucks." And that's about it. Moving on from there, a little disappointed. You would expect a little more, but it is the right to censor, so I'm expecting that brings it down a little bit. We then, wow. Holy hell, I was not expecting this to get a B-. That's a pretty good, yeah? Wow. In a decent match, Edge defeating Val Venis in 7 minutes and 38 seconds when Val was disqualified after the Good Father and Stevie Richards ran in to attack Edge. So, the way I'd imagine this happening is Edge looks like he's about to probably get the win with the, getting ready for a spear when, I guess, Stevie Richards and Godfather comes in there. Maybe Stevie Richards lands a super kick, and they start beating down on Edge. Ivory did some... Oh, man, I forgot. Ivory's supposed to be injured. I forgot to take her off, but you know what? I guess she can be back. Who cares? This is the only downside to the whole invasion storyline is because Edge and Val Venis have nothing to do with it, but either way, like I said, it's kind of the overarching storyline and it's always being talked about. Val Venis is improving in performance. I'm still surprised that this got a B- of all things. It must be because we made this the wild brawl of the show. So let's see. Edge got a bonus for being well-suited for the match. Of course, he's got a lot of good stuff going for him. Val got a bonus for going all out. What? How did he get a bonus for going all out but not dealing with the pressure of trying to go all out? That makes no sense. Either way. Oh, wait, was that Edge? No, that's Val Venis. It doesn't make sense. I don't care. Either way, this was a really good match. I'm very surprised. Unfortunately, this is going to bring down the storyline. We had a B- for that storyline. Now it's going to be down to most likely what's going to be a C now. So after the match, we go to a D+, and it's the right to censor. They're in the ring, and they're continuing their beatdown on Edge, so pretty much just a rehash of what happened on Raw, but this time the Dudley Boys come out to the ring and save Edge, and all three men, all 6 men, I should say, are brawling, and then Edge and the Dudleys send... the right to censor pretty much out of the ring and packing. Edge came across well, but Steven Richards, as always, pretty underperforming there. Or, pretty underperforming? Was just underperforming. Oh, look at that. It's got some heat now. It's got some heat. You feel that? Hey, I never would have thought the Dudleys versus the right to censor would have high heat on it, but you know what? I'm not complaining. Holy hell. Moving on, we go to an A angle here. And Triple H, he makes his way down to the ring while the announcers, of course, are putting over his victory on Monday Night Raw and how he will face Stone Cold Steve Austin at SummerSlam. By the way, we are changing SummerSlam. I know I got some slack for that, and a lot of people are telling me not to change SummerSlam, but of course I had some people backing me as well. I've already kind of established that we're doing SummerSlam and the story, and there are matches like The Rock and DDP along with Stone Cold and Triple H who I kind of planned on doing at SummerSlam anyway, and I don't really feel like doing it on King of the Ring, and I don't have a decisive King of the Ring victor at the moment in my head, and I don't want to rush it either. I want to plan it out a little bit, so sorry for pushing SummerSlam away to those who didn't want me to, but like I said before, at least we're still in the summer. It's not like we're in like November saying, hey, it's SummerSlam. It's kind of like, June's usually the first summer for a lot of schools. At least it was for me. It's either like the first month or like the second month, because I know Arizona, like where I'm living now, doesn't just start school in August, so I presume they're in summer in May. So June's kind of like, it's still a summer month, and it kind of can be sold as, the first party of the summer or something like that. Either way, like I said, don't hate me for it too much. Either way, like I was saying, they put over the fact how he's going to be facing Austin at SummerSlam. Once in the ring, Triple H takes the mic and he says, "Austin, I know you're not here tonight, but I know you're sitting on your ass drinking a beer, and I know you're watching. So I want you to listen closely and listen good. The two-man power trip is dead. The friendship we had never was. I tolerated you. I tolerated you long enough to get to this point, to get back to the WWF title. And at SummerSlam, I do exactly that." But before he can finish, The Undertaker's music hits, and out comes the Brothers of Destruction when Triple H says, "What the hell do you want? Didn't I beat your ass on Raw?" And The Undertaker says, "You may have beaten me, but it sure looks like I beat your ass. Considering you got your facts mixed up. Everyone here knows that you were Austin's bitch. And everyone here knows that Austin was the one who killed your team. And everyone here knows that you wouldn't have beaten me last week if it wasn't for Test and Albert. So I'll tell you what. I already went back and I had a talk with Commissioner Foley. And I proposed to him that tonight, me and my brother will find ourselves a tag team partner. And we get to face you and Test and Albert tonight." And he agreed. So we'll see you later tonight. And that's pretty much it. Just Triple H doing a quick little promo about Austin. And then Taker coming out notifying that they're going to find themselves a partner. And they're going to meet Triple H and Test and Albert in the ring later on tonight. Got an A. That's really awesome. Hell yeah. This has been a really good SmackDown so far. So we then go on to a C+. Kanyon is backstage, the hardcore champion. He's hanging out when he's attacked from behind by Raven. And Raven has referee number 3. Oops. I was supposed to say referee Earl Hebner with him. Earl Hebner's not rated, by the way. So that's not why this is a C+. Okay, let's just make. I don't want anyone being like, "Oh, if you wouldn't have rated Earl Hebner." He's not rated. I made sure of that. He has referee Earl Hebner with him, of course, making this a hardcore championship match considering the 24/7 rule. The two are brawling backstage. I'd imagine Raven is hitting him with everything because Raven's he's amazing in hardcore situations. And they make their way all the way down to the ring, thus making the match official. And we go to a B-. Wow. A B- and a decent match. Kanyon defeating Raven in 7 minutes and 46 seconds with a pinfall. And he makes defense number 1 of the hardcore championship. Both superstars had a rating of a C+, so that is pretty cool. Hey, and this is kind of an invasion storyline anyway, so that is also cool. Raven is improving and flying? Why? I mean, I'm not questioning it, but why? I don't. Does Kanyon fly? Does he have high flying moves? I don't really remember much about Kanyon. So, either way, moving on from this segment, we go on to a C+ as Kanyon is celebrating after a successful title defense when he's attacked by Bradshaw. Now, remember, Earl Hebner is still there, so of course this makes it another hardcore championship match. But before Bradshaw can finish the job, he's attacked from behind by Hugh Morris, Canyon's kind of reluctant partner. I think I'm going to make a storyline out of that. Hugh Morris is kind of like the new Buff Bagwell to me. Hugh Morris, who provides enough of the distraction for Kanyon to get away and escape with the hardcore championship. Unfortunately for Hugh Morris, that doesn't get him away from Bradshaw, and Bradshaw begins to beat down on him instead. You know, I imagine ending it with a horrendous clothesline from hell, and just kind of standing tall while looking on at Kanyon as he's just walking away. If you look here, that is our next storyline, because Rhino did get suspended because of, I believe it was steroids, so I couldn't continue on that hardcore title storyline, and I figured, why not give it to Bradshaw since Farouk's gone? Bradshaw's been pretty impressive. Oh, wow. We then go on to an A star. Hell yes, guys. This is a good show. The Brothers of Destruction are backstage in their office when in walks The Rock. And Taker says, "Don't you know how to knock?" And then The Rock walks out of the... I said the office. Walks out of the locker room and then he knocks on the door and then Taker goes, "Coming." The Rock then walks in and Taker goes, "What do you want?" And Rock says, "What does The Rock want?" No. It's what can The Rock do for you. You see, a little birdie told The Rock that you two were in need of a partner tonight. And The Rock has a lot of steam that he needs to get out of his system. So help me help you. Let The Rock be your partner tonight. And then Taker says, "You know what? I can understand why you'd be pissed. Hell, I'd be pissed if someone cost me my title shot." Kind of, throwing back to the fact that Test and Albert cost him the title shot. And not to mention, if it was DDP. I've never liked that guy. kind of jab to the Undertaker DDP storyline in real life. I figured it'd be funny. Also, I respect the fact that you knocked. So I'll tell you what. My brother and I will see you out there tonight. Then I imagine Rock and Undertaker shaking hands before Rock leaves, and then we just see Kane and Taker getting ready. A-star, that's hella good. Oh, God, I just said hella on camera. I hate that. I say that word, but I hate that word. I'm trying to not say it. Kane is learning to show more charisma as well, so that's a pretty good, yeah? So moving on, we then go on to our 6-man tag match, which gets us a B rating and a good match. Triple H and Test and Albert. Yeah, Triple H and Test and Albert defeating The Rock and the Brothers in Destruction in 14 minutes and 32 seconds when Triple H defeated Kane with the pedigree, and we also had Diamond Dallas Page run and attack The Rock. So the way I'd imagine this one happening is towards the end, DDP, Rock's like on the apron, out comes DDP through the crowd and probably, pulls on the Rock's leg, and Rock goes face first into the turnbuckle, not the turnbuckle, but the apron, and the two of them start brawling. Of course, I guess that would lead to a disqualification, but I'd imagine at this time the match is so chaotic that the referee really doesn't see it happening. Because this is our storytelling of the match as well, if we go to our road agent notes. No, it's not. I lied. The storytelling match is our main event, actually. I thought this was it. So either way, like I said, I'd imagine it being a little chaotic. So DDP and The Rock are brawling to the back, basically, because they don't like each other. And I'd imagine Test and Albert are now starting to beat down on The Undertaker outside the ring. And inside the ring, Triple H hits the pedigree, 1, 2, 3, gets the win. So it gets Triple H some more momentum, continues the Rock storyline, and gets TNA still looking pretty good. So Kane had an in-ring performance of an A, Taker with an A, Rock with the A-star, Test and Albert with the C, or Test with the C+, and Albert with the C, and Triple H with the B+. Come on, Triple H, you could have had that A. And everything moving along here. No worker improvements, though. I would like to look at the dirt sheet for this, though. So, The Rock got the bonus. I did make this going all out, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Either way, this seemed pretty good. Not too bad. B's good. I wouldn't have minded the B+, but then again, like I said, Test and Albert, so that could also affect it. So we then just go to a B-, where it just, Chris Jericho's coming down to join color commentary for the next match. Nothing too special, but that does say that Chris Jericho is on commentary for this match. We get a B- here for this match, and this was our storytelling match of the night. It deserved better announcing. Either way, in a superb match, Kurt Angle, nerds and geeks, in a superb match, Kurt Angle defeating Booker T with an angle slam after distraction from Chris Jericho, and he wins the WCW United States Championship. So Kurt didn't get the submission here, but that's kind of the main story I wanted to tell is Booker T did not want to tap out again. He was refusing to pretty much. I'd imagine, Angle locking in the angle lock a couple of times, but Booker T refusing to do it. And then towards the end, I'd imagine Jericho probably getting up on the apron, distracting Booker a little bit, and then Kurt comes from behind with the angle slam and pins him 1, 2, 3 to get the victory. Both Booker and Kurt had a B+, and we now have a new United States champion. Out of curiosity, let's look at the dirt sheet here. Look at that, being well booked. Hell yes. And I would like, this was a good show. I would be surprised if we got a lower than like a B. I won't, if this is a B-, I'll be surprised. It has to be like at least a B. Oh, yes! I knew it was at least a B, but a B+, frick yes. Frick yes? Look, it's a new policy, nerds and geeks. I gotta watch my cursing, because YouTube's all trying to, censor people now. Freak yes, what am I, Sammy, classic Sonic fan? B+, increasing our popularity in 10 regions. This is a super good show. Super good show. What am I saying? Am I 10? This is a freaking great show. Definitely satisfied. I was really happy with that show. And I enjoyed booking it. Everything just kind of flowed together. It was really good. I really enjoyed that. We have some decisions, but I'm not going to showcase those decisions because I don't know if I've shown already who I'm hiring, but I'm trying to keep something secret, so I'm not going to showcase those. Either way, though, Smackdown got the top rating. They got fantastic reviews, although considering, we don't really... What did that say? Oh, I thought it said Eddie Colon passed away. Isn't Eddie Colon, isn't that Primo? Oh, that's Epico. Yeah, that's Epico. No, that's Primo, because it says Carly Colon. Kind of looks like Epico in that picture. I mean, they are cousins, so... let's look at the emails before we do this. So, nothing special. I got a 31.49. And then our drug test fees. But other than that, that's going to be the end. Like I said, I don't want to show off the decisions, because like I said prior, there are some things that I kind of want to keep secret and kind of surprise to you. But let's check out the storylines before we end this off. So Bradshaw and Canyon are at a C. Jericho and Booker T at that B. Wow, that's a pretty good, yeah. This I wish was doing a little better, but like I said, now that everything is affecting it, C+. That's not bad. That's not bad. Still at a B, but I guess it's okay. At an A, I like that. I like that. All right, cool. Storylines are going really well. This is still going on, and now we can look at our champions. And I did indeed change the WWF European Championship to the WCW Canadian Championship. The title, it's not really a WCW title. I forget what it is, actually. Was it the NWA Canadian Championship? Yeah, it was the NWA Canadian Heavyweight Championship. Really the only Canadian title in here. I went ahead and downloaded my own, but I've put it in here, and it's still not there, so I have no idea what the hell happened there. Either way, though, maybe I have to update it. Let me know if you guys... Either way, we did change it to the WCW Canadian Championship, so I'm really happy with this. Like, I don't know why this excites me so much, but I think it's freaking clever. Even though Lance Storm's done it in the past, and Kurt Angle, now the United States champion. And actually, that prestige just raised, because that was a C-. I remember checking that, because I was kind of like, wow, you're the same as the Canadian Championship, or what was the European Championship. But Kurt Angle winning it improved, brought it up. That's awesome. Probably because they had like a B match, right, or B-. And I believe that's the... Oh, then you have Canyon with the Hardcore title. I don't know if I'm going to call this the WCW Hardcore title. I know WCW had their own, but I don't know if I want to kind of like have every WCW superstar be like, yeah, now this is the WCW this, and WWE be like, well, this is the WWF United States Championship. You know, I think the only reason I did it with Lance Storm because he had that storyline in the past, and it kind of makes sense. One thing I would like to do is an auto push before we end this off, because, you know, I like to keep these shows going for as much as I can, right? Get that ad revenue, and I wanted to see main eventers. I was about to say, why did I even do this again? I wanted to see main eventers real quick. See if anybody moved up. Nah, everyone's still the same. Where's Kurt? Did Kurt go down to... Oh, no, Kurt did move down. Unless I'm completely skipping over him, but no, Kurt moved down to upper mid-card. Huh. Well, at least he won't complain that he's wearing a mid-card title now. Is that why? Oh, God, what the hell just happened? Get out of here, Raven. Well, he's not mad that he's holding a mid-card title. Either way, nerds and geeks, that's enough of time I've wasted of yours. Hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you have, do me a favor, leave me a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, Facebook, and Twitter to help the channel grow. And as always, my name has been OMG, WTF, LOL to WBRB, and I will see you guys next time. So until then, have a wonderful day.